Welcome to Words of Wisdom and Guidance. How are you? Well, I hope you're well. I hope you've had a good week. When I last was on, I think Wednesday anyway, I had a bit of a dip yesterday, again with my health and feeling awful and, oh dear, back to the doctor. Oh dear God. Anyway, still feeling not 100%, but I was feeling inspired enough to come and sit here and have a chat with you guys. So here I am. But one of the things that I kept thinking is it's a reset. There's a reset. It kept coming down to me, reset. So what is the reset? Right now we're having a reset. We've got a new moon that's coming out, I think on the 5th. When is it? 15th? Anyway, a new moon on its way. Very important, a reset. So I actually had this on the table, which I needed to read this morning to myself, and I'm going to share that with you. We're going to read our calendar, and I have got Your Cosmic Purpose by Kirsty Gallagher here as well, being called to this book again, and I want to see what Spirit wants to guide us with today. I've also got the Inner Temple Oracle cards. I have got the Wisdom of the Oracle cards, and I have got my little fun Empath Tarot, which I really enjoy. And I think it's a fun one. It feels lighter. I feel like this energy needs to lighten a bit and what have you. I've had a real hard a week more actually, but I mean, even today when I went to check about my eye and what have you, because my body is in such a state of healing at this stage, nothing is healing. It's like literally, I feel like I'm running on reserve tank. So got to pick myself up, got to think about what this is all about, and trust in the journey, trust in how I'm feeling, trust that when I get called to come and sit here and do this with you guys, it's for a reason. Happy days, I'm doing it. Anyway, let me just read this. I release the need to chase what is not mine. I trust the Creator who is clearing my vessel for the destiny that is ultimately going to bring me the greatest miracles. I was really called to read that a few times this morning, and I thought I'll share it with you. It's been on my table. I opened my heart for the true love for me. So it really is very important right now, because I'm sitting in that sort of state. And actually, I've just seen my aunt who just said, where's your man? What's happening? I'm like, no. And I thought about that, and I thought, you know what? I said, love will come to me when it's ready to come to me. And that's really something that I have been saying for a while now, and I've got to believe it, and I've got to feel it. And, trust it. Just trust in the path. Trust in what is meant to be will be, So today we have got June the 11th, yesterday's message. Come back in full vigor. Well, yesterday I was in not a full vigor at all. But anyway, face it alone and bear it quietly. To conquer the world, you must first conquer yourself. So very much the situation right now, very much. Trust that Spirit. I trust the Creator who is clearing my vessel for the destiny that ultimately is going to bring me the greatest miracles. So my vessel at the moment is taking on a huge amount of almost like a virus flu symptoms. It's like really quite poorly. I don't feel energized, and I'll sit at my table and the energy I'll use now will wipe me out for the rest of the night. I know that, but I'm okay, because I'm going to be here with you guys, and we're going to see what today's guidance is. As we come into this weekend, what can we have guidance with? What is happening? So face it alone and bear it quietly is what I kind of made the decision to do. Whatever happens now, that's it. I've tried everything. I've got antibiotics again. I'm going to stick them in my body. I'm going to detox myself at the end of this. I'm going to literally, whatever I've had to leave behind, I've let go of. I am not doing my awards ceremony in London on Monday. I've given that up. I've sent everything away. I've literally done it all. I've cleared everything, right? Only thing I'm focusing on is my family this weekend, and that's it. I am not going to, and myself, more than anything, myself, and I'm just going to allow this to unfold how it's meant to. So that is very important. Let us do an inner temple activation together. I activate and step into my inner temple now, portal of my heart, home of my soul. Through the portal of my heart, I connect with my inner temple. Through each of my body's senses, I connect to my inner temple. Sacred below me, sacred above me, sacred around me, and sacred within me. I activate the wisdom and power that has always been deep within. So may these cards deliver clear messages and reflections to me and all who use them for the highest interest of all. I am guided. I am led. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I was just thinking as I was saying that, you know, I gave myself the time off yesterday because channeling is tiring. But today I feel like I'm pushing on. And I got that message very strongly today when I was listening to White Feather Tarot, who is I love her to bits. Big shout out to her. And I always ask for spirit to guide my pile. And the message for me was to get up, to push through. And I thought, you know what, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And if it means that I can channel a little bit, still be with you guys, still have my guidance, still have my connection, still build up my spiritual side of things, then that will help me in some way, possibly, to really overcome this physical vessel scenario that I've got going on. Health is very important, you know, more important than money, more important than anything. It's your health. So focus in. So someone here might need to hear this. Focus on your health, my friend. Make sure that is more important than anything. All right, so let's ask Spirit then, what is our guidance, please, from this beautiful book? Embrace the unknown. It's the unknown spaces that your true purpose unfolds. And it's a chapter 9, and I'm sure we've had this. So it is about this sort of ending. It's sort of everything's being prepared, flushed out. I just got flushed out. There we are. So I feel like my glands are swollen. I'm really not well, but our egos would rather stay in a familiar hell than move towards an uncertain heaven. You may try to argue that point with me and say that's silly, and you'll never knowingly keep yourself somewhere that you are unhappy. Yet we do it over and over again by making the same choices, repeating the same behaviors that keep us trapped in the same cycles of dissatisfaction. So while you have this rest period, sometimes things come up. And I had this sort of memory that came up. My last time I felt this poorly was probably about 4 years ago or so, around COVID time, or just after COVID, actually, probably a bit longer. And I was in connection with somebody that was really my lifeline, really, because I was in such a horrible situation. And it really was really lovely. And I just thought, and I couldn't even remember his name, but he was very kind to me, and I needed that support. So when you need support, wherever you find it, value it. I've said to you, I've had this wonderful support from my parents this week, the love of my family, beautiful, because I felt so down. And it's like the whole of my body's been scooped out. One of the only ways to live a life of true cosmic purpose is to learn to embrace the unknown, because it is in these unknown spaces that your true purpose unfolds. So the unknown space, that true purpose, I have no clue, but I did feel very much stronger this morning in my sort of understanding that to let this unfold, to really bear it quietly. Don't let anything disturb this, even though it's not pleasant feeling. And even when I was like trying to not be anxious yesterday with my health and what have you, I did go and see a doctor last night, and she was lovely and so kind. And she really, the way she was talking with me and what have you, she was like my lifeline, like that guy was like all those years ago that I was talking to. And it was just important to recognize that sometimes you are given that person, that someone, that voice on the end of a phone, or me talking to you, or whatever it might be. You might scroll through and pick up somebody like I have my tarot readers, you know, and they just say something that just helps. So reach for that if you have to, but quietly know that it's for your highest good, for your good. You know, face it alone. You know, and I don't mean alone. I mean, don't be worrying about other people right now. It's your story. It is definitely something to do with this transformation, this renewal, as I heard, this renewal. So we're renewing things. Things are being changed significantly, and it's behind the scenes that is happening right now. Okay, let's see what the inner temple guidance is for today, please. Actually, I just looked up now, and the Grabori code is inner peace. So 10011051010. So the Grabori code 10011051010. I'll say it once more. 10011051010. So if you want to write that down, inner peace. Inner peace right now. That's exactly what we are facing or finding. Okay, what is our guidance, please? Thank you very much. Okay, so we've got the seen. We have the unseen and the seen. So right now it is the seen. The seen. This is interesting. So things familiar, things that are, and we've got here inner winter and inner summer on the bottom. But the seen, often we like, I just want to read this again because this is what this card kind of is sort of making me feel. You may try to argue their point. Right. Our egos would rather stay in a familiar hell than move towards an uncertain heaven. So the unseen. And this is in the unknown spaces that your true purpose unfolds. So you may try to argue that point with me and say that's silly, and you never knowingly keep yourself somewhere that you were unhappy. Yet we do it over and over again by making the same choices, repeating the same behaviors that keep us trapped in the same cycles of dissatisfaction. We then get to conform our own bias that men can't be trusted, or nothing ever works out for me, or whatever the story is that you tell yourself about your familiar hell. So the scene, let me read it to you. The scene. What's in the physical, inform, obvious, certain, known, masculine, spoken about, conscious, manifested. What you see is what you get, surface level, clear goals. So many people live their lives purely based on the seen and known physical world. Yet increasingly we're waking up to the mystical, the inner, the sacred that is within all things, including ourselves. This card is a prompt to reflect on where you've been focusing your energy. So I have been focusing my energy very much on the seen, haven't I? Oh, my physical body, how I'm feeling, awful, do. But I want to connect to my spiritual side, which is why I've sat here twice this week with you guys, feeling awful but doing what I need. I've done a couple of TikToks just so that I can feel that unseen, the spiritual side of things. So it's an invitation to focus on what's happening in the physical, not to overanalyze people's words or motives, to take care of the practicalities and what's happening in the real world. So I kind of feel like I have had to do that this week. And it's really, my physical world has been completely unhinged this week, completely changed. I haven't managed to go on my holiday. I'm not going to the awards to London on Monday because I don't know if I'm going to feel better. I feel like I'm just, and normally I drag myself around, but I literally haven't done that. I've literally just let go of things. It's been very strange. So I don't know if any of you have felt this very familiar scenario happening, but it definitely has been something to do with this 6/6 portal, this opening of this portal. Definitely it's been, since then I was all for the changes. I asked for them, I wanted the new, I was ready for new love and new abundance and new changes, and then boom, So it's about not having those expectations. It's about not really, you conquer the world, you must first conquer yourself. So it's about what lessons are going to be coming up. And in the physical world, of course, that's when you're noticing the lessons. I was tripping along quite happy in my spiritual side of things. I'm not paying attention to the physical. I even went away on a beautiful weekend away and really tapped into my spiritual. It's the physical. So here it is now. So what is our wisdom of the oracle going to do for us in terms of guidance, please, for this weekend as we go forward? What is our guidance, please? Is there anything else? Yes. Okay, so higher power has come out. It's a 4. So listen up. We have the higher power at play. We've also got imagination on the floor over here. And I've got a card that hasn't turned over here on top of the Wisdom of the Oracle book. So we'll wait for that one. And we've got one over here as well. So we'll wait for that one. So let us have a little look at these 3 first of all. Okay, let's just pop this here for a minute. So very interesting. Now, I've been talking about this physical vessel of mine and what I read to you about, you know, allowing the Creator to clear my vessel, all of this. What I've got on the table is the higher power and mending and imagine. So I almost feel like these 3 cards are saying exactly that to me. There has been this higher power situation, this transformation, this renewal, the rebirth that I've been going through, this ascension that has been happening. And I knew it was coming. I knew it because I even said to you, I think, I didn't even pack a bag to go away. I hadn't even taken the suitcase out of the cupboard. I literally knew it. In some way, I knew it. But my body had to live it. Does that make sense? The physical side, it had to confirm that. So that's why I was so ill. So there's something of a higher power because something is mending. Something from a lesson point of view, being aware of things. I've seen certain things that I would have probably gouged my eyes out about, and I've really looked at it with open eyes thinking, how do I feel about when I'm watching this? How do I feel? What is the emotion? And there's very little. It's like a detachment. So something has been healing and mending for you. And we've got imagine. And that is really going to be about taking that next breath, really, isn't it? I feel like almost like something opens up and it's like, wow, all of this is for a reason. So let's read that. Let's read that first. No, let's take this one. So then we've also got peace and we have got come to the edge in reverse. So these 2 cards, very much about finding that peace of this knowing of things that are changing. We're sitting in the scene at the minute, very much in our physical bodies and physical reality and physical scenarios. It's very much about that. I mean, my diet, I've been on about that for a while, changing things, anti-inflammatory diet, wah. Now I've got a bit of a high cholesterol target. Oh, lovely. So the diet, your nutrition, physical. I mean, I haven't been for a walk since Wednesday. It's not like me. And, you know, the physical side of things. So very interesting how this is working out right now. So let's have a little look at number 4, the higher power. So it's conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things and committing to a partnership with spirit. This card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. This time you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. Ask, what is the highest good for all and how can I serve? Then get out of your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life, more wondrous than you can ever know. You are always protected and divinely directed. And we talked about the idea of the unknown and just letting things unfold as they're supposed to. Face it alone, bear it quietly, let it happen. We have in the 52, which is the mending of something. Forgiveness, making amends, healing after arguments. Each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal. The pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments. Isn't it funny how I was talking about a memory? Wow. And the arguments that we rehearse over and over again. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of the old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free. So it's finally happening. It's that freedom. But we have to be in our physical. I've done it spiritually, but I wasn't paying attention to the physical. And that's why now I have my physical symptoms, I believe. Anyway, maybe somebody else might like to say, me too. Number 20, imagine. Turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imagery and feelings, creativity, illusions. Who do you want to be? What do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? You are gifted with the power to imagine. If you can dream it, you can create it. This is the time when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life you desire. Spend time daydreaming, fashioning a vision board, help you see your goals, or meditating. Allow the power of your creativity to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Then allow your feelings to mingle with your inspirations and imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat. What you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see these things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. So when you are like man down like me, you're doing a lot of meditation, you're a lot of thinking, let it happen. Let it come, let it unfold, let something inspire you, spark your interest again. Do that. Come to the edge. 36 is in reverse. So this is an interesting thought here with come to the edge in reverse. Fear is leading the way into places you don't need to go. It's true. I've been very fearful. Most of what you fear at the moment is an illusion stemming from an old belief that isn't even true. Now is the time for courage. Face that fear. Face it alone. Yeah. You will not be lost at sea. You will not watch everyone else get what you want while you are left alone and unloved. And isn't it funny? To the sea is on the bottom of the pack. So as I said to you, I'm very lucky to have the support. And as I said to you, it might be that something else can help you, a lifeline somewhere else, a little person, someone that you can talk to that will just support you. Okay. False evidence appearing real is hovering around you. The more you dwell on fear, the more real it becomes. Ask yourself, who is in me is afraid? Love that part of you. Ask, is it true and real right now? The answer most likely is no. Give yourself a hug. It's okay to be scared. Courage must be summoned. In spite of your fear, even when you're not feeling confident, spirit will always catch you. And that is what I was saying. This peace card coming out, giving you so much peace. In this situation, you will be in a situation yourself right now. I'm very sure of that if you're listening to me right now, because I always have that intention that whoever needs to hear this will hear this. So we have got 23, which goes to a 5, which is about transformation, change, freedom from attachment, radical acceptance. That's exactly what I said I've done this week. I've had to do that. So it doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be, and harmony is beautiful. So just enjoy it. And I know it might sound really horrible thing to sort of do right now when you're not feeling well, or you've got a situation that you just can't seem to make sense of, or you're just feeling really down and low. I mean, I'm like so emotional right now. Let that emotion happen. Let it out. Just allow it, because it's something is mending here. And we have this higher power, so you're protected with it. It's this divine guidance is here for us right now. Okay, so let us see with tarot. I've got the tarot today. I wanted tarot. They've been nagging at me for a couple of days now, these cards. So they've come out, and they will give us a little bit more detail possibly in what it is that we are mending, we are doing in terms of where we're going. Can you believe it? Hold on. Sorry. Energy's just, they're just jumping out of my hands at the minute. So let's see. Whew, big. Right. Oh, no. Come on. Let's not play silly buggers here. Let's not do that. What is our guidance? Higher power wants us to know, obviously, something. Can we have guidance for the weekend, please, to confirm? Okay, what the fear is. What can we change? Okay, anything else, please? Thank you. Okay. Right. I think that's judgment. I think that will be all. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Right. Whew. Right. Two of Pentacles literally flew out. Two of Pentacles. Balance, understanding, harmony. Kind of flew out over here on top of my rose quartz. There's a bit of a balance and understanding. And also the idea here that, you know, Pentacles is about stability and grounding and sort of having that sort of understanding. It can also be about finances, of course. And maybe your finances are balanced and you're quite comfortable and that type of thing. We've also got on top of higher power, the 10 of Pentacles. So again, this card always looks to me. You've got all of this. And what did I say? If you remember, your health is more important than money. And that's what this card kind of reminds me of. You could have all of this going on, but you are still quite miserable. And it's kind of come out near the rose quartz, which is about the heart chakra. And, you know, this guy looks quite happy. He's quite balanced, kind of doing a bit of a dance and what have you. And this guy looks quite miserable. And I kind of feel like it's not just about money, is it? You know, it's about having a little bit more than that money. We have the Emperor. So masculine energy, that sort of very clear power. And sort of also masculine, the Emperor is also about stability as well. So those three have come out together, and I'm going to read that straight away. And then we'll look at these little ones over here, because that's quite, I think it's a little bit of a different scenario. But let's look at the Emperor first of all. So the Emperor is authority, structure, confidence. And I kind of feel like that's exactly what these two cards are saying with this Emperor as well. Structure, you know, confidence, got it going on, okay? So a bit of a higher power scenario over here, okay? The Emperor stands for structure, authority, stability. We've got a lot of Pentacles here and leadership. This card supports discipline. So tap into your authoritative masculine energy to take control of a situation. This is the time for firm action and discipline. Keep in mind, to rule is also to serve. So it's interesting where we've got money, Pentacles, stability. There might be a situation that, you know, you've had to sort of, I mean, for me, it's about, I've had to really give up on quite a bit to do with money, to this last week, you know, my holiday, everything gone, right? But keep in mind, to rule is also to serve. So what is this? What is happening here? What is the higher power is trying to show you something to do with this? Okay, the scene in the physical world. So you might have something right now to do with money, to do with stability. Mine is health. And it's all, like I said, it's all very well. You might have all the money in the world, but if you don't have your health, it means nothing. Okay, so that is quite an important message in itself. We've got Judgment here. Okay, that is coming out on top of, we've got the Three of Swords, the Two of Swords in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse, and we have the Six of Cups. Now, these came out on top of Peace. And I feel like, you know, we do know that the Three of Swords is about heartache and heartbreak. We do know that the Two of Swords is about making a choice. In reverse, obviously, it's about deciding, you know, let things unfold. You know, it's heartbreak, it's hard. It could be something to do with this financial situation, the masculine energy, the fact that you've had to give up something. And it is heartbreaking, or it can be, you know, it can be hurtful. It could be painful, something to do with pain, okay? But within that, we've also got the Six of Cups, which is about a return of something. And, you know, it can also be about childhood, the Six of Cups. But the cups are emotional value. So it's about sort of seeing it. And I kind of been sharing with you the fact that, you know, this week I've had my parents, my family, very strong support, how I've been feeling. They've been really good to me, you know, really loving. And sometimes our inner child needs that nurturing, needs that happiness, okay? And we've got the King of Cups in reverse. So again, he's about that emotional value. So let me read this story before we look at these two that have not turned over, and get that feeling. So the Three of Swords is sadness, grief, drama. So this card represents emotional pain, honesty, and necessary truth. It acknowledges hurt, but opens the door to healing. So that's exactly what we're doing, especially with the King of Cups emotion. And, you know, he's in reverse as well. So there's something to do with maybe being in the physical, okay? Maybe that's something that you haven't looked at. You haven't nurtured yourself. You haven't been kind to yourself. When the card presents itself, it usually points to a sadness in your life. It's important to practice self-compassion. Now, that's what I was trying to say with the King of Cups. Self-compassion. Because let's read him as well. It's about mindfulness. So the King of Cups represents emotional balance. In reverse, it's about emotional manipulation or instability. So the emotional balance here, because of this grief, the sadness, it's been a bit off. Okay, so Come to the Edge was a little bit about that, wasn't it? And it was over here as well. So it has been a little bit off. The Two of Swords is hidden truth, denial, being stuck with something. Actually, so with reverse, you're not seeing all sides of a situation. You're stalling a decision, or you may have to dig deeper to get a full story internally and externally. So what is this emotional grief? Like I said, I've been very emotional. Lean into the emotion. I've been crying a lot, and I don't normally cry a lot anymore. But this week, it's been very emotional because I've been physically down. You know, so something here to do with your physical. And, you know, it is about leaning into that, because we've also got the Six of Cups, which is about childhood memories, your inner child. You may be revisiting your youth, seeing old friends, but these happy memories can help you connect your inner child and bring about the joy, bring about that peace and joy, the harmony that we want. So I think it's just really, just for me, the Judgment, okay? Judgment is 20, about a reflection, rebirth, you see? So we've got to this point now. This is what we're going through right now. And if you're listening to me still, you're going through the same or a similar situation, there's something here that is very much telling us it's okay. Being in this unknown, this cosmic purpose, one of the only ways to live a true life of true cosmic purpose is to learn to embrace the unknown, because it is in these unknown spaces that we true purpose unfolds. So physically, for me, I had to really embrace it. I had to let go of things. I had to go, okay, well, it's only money. My health is more important. I had to make a decision. I didn't like making decisions, but decisions had to be made. So judgment is about that rebirth. You may be at or nearing the end of a significant point in your life. The universe is asking you to learn from your actions, forgive your mistakes, to become the best form of yourself right now. And let's see what these two cards are saying with higher power. The 10 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. Exactly. Being left out in the cold and having all of this pain to overcome. Okay. This is what's mending. Here it is. Mending. This is what is mending for us right now. So what we can take from this guidance for the weekend is continue with your mending, continue with your knowing. You're at an end of something. You know, the spiritual side, you might be really good like me and all happy and peaceful and harmony and what. The physical has knocked me. Getting back into some sort of harmony and balance is really important for me right now. And coming here and sitting here and doing this with you, I thank you, because what it's made me realize is the importance of how my inner child needs is love. And I get that from, I even said that to my mom earlier. I needed my mother so much on Sunday. I was so poorly. And you do need that sometimes. You need to. But I need to nurture myself now. I need to do it quietly. I need to just get on with things now. It's time. It's time. Okay? This card, what is just calling to me, it's the 9 of Pentacles. And it just was sliding off the top of the deck. I'm just going to take it because the 9 of Pentacles, very important. Taking back a bit of power. I can feel it. And we've got Pentacles on this, right across Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles is illness, isolation, financial loss. And this is what I've had, illness. The 10 of Swords. I've been down, boy. Man down. Look at it. That's me all week. Letting go of things. Oh, my goodness. Oh, well, there we are. There we are. It's only money. Health is more important. That's what I've been saying to myself. Doesn't matter. But the 9 of Pentacles is about success, independence. Okay? After hard work, you achieved independence and stability. Celebrate the success. Indulge in luxury. Abundance angel came out for me today. You know, abundance is on its way. Those pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles is here on the table. That is like financial success and stability. But it's going to come after a bit of a time, a tower. I'm surprised the tower card actually didn't come out, to be honest with you. I really am surprised, because I kind of thought it would, but it definitely hasn't. So that is the guidance for today. You know, we're in the scene, we're in the physical, we're making sure that we understand we have to go through this tower moment. There is judgment because it is a renewal, a rebirth. There's changes. Health is more important than money. Remember that. And we are going to come out with beautiful joy, peace, harmony, and success, independence. So set your imagination. Start believing again, trusting in your guidance, trusting in this, what it is that you want to be or where you want to be. You know, let go of everything else. There's no need now. Okay? So enjoy that. Enjoy that moment when it suddenly goes, ah, right, now I know why all this is happening. Because it'll come, definitely. In the meantime, face alone. but don't be alone. Have your contacts, have your guidance, allow your guidance. Just don't need to share it with every other muggle. Just keep to you and make sure that you get over this, and good luck with that, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.